Ever wonder how websites stop you from spamming requests? That's rate limiting, and it's a must-know for APIs, servers, and even AI systems. Imagine you're building a web application, and you want to prevent users or other applications from overwhelming your server by making too many requests in a short period. That's exactly what a rate limiter helps you achieve. Let's dive in. Here's the challenge. Create a rate limiter that allows only a set number of requests, like 5, within a time window, say 10 seconds. If you go over, it blocks you. First, we will build a sliding window rate limiter using a queue. Then we will hook it to a GUI with a button to simulate requests and a label to show status. This is a real-world skill for protecting APIs or game servers. Let's get started. We'll use a sliding window approach to track the timestamps of requests in a queue and only allow new ones if we're under the limit. So we start by defining a class called rateLimiter. Our rateLimiter object will be responsible for keeping track of how many requests have been made and whether to allow a new one. Inside the init method, which is like the constructor of our class, we set up the essential properties. We have max requests, which is a number that defines the maximum number of requests we want to allow within a certain time frame. For example, we might want to allow only 5 requests. Then we have window seconds, which specifies the duration of that time frame. So, if max requests is 5 and window seconds is 10, it means we'll allow at most 5 requests within any 10-second window. The crucial part here is self.requests equals DQ. We're using a DQ from the collections module. You can think of a DQ as a double-ended queue, which is very efficient for adding and removing elements from both ends. In our case, we'll be using it to store the timestamps of the requests that have been made. Now, let's look at the allow_request method. This is the heart of our rate limiter. When someone tries to make a request, this method will decide whether to allow it or not. First, we get the current time using time function. Then we have a while loop. This loop checks if our request's queue is not empty and if the oldest request in the queue, which is at the left end index 0, is older than our window seconds ago. If it is, it means that request falls outside our current time window, so we can safely remove it from the queue using popleft. We keep doing this until we either empty the queue or find a request that's within our current time window. After cleaning up the old requests, we check the current size of our requests queue. If the number of requests in the queue is less than our max requests, it means we haven't hit our limit yet. So, we append the current timestamp to the right end of the request's queue using append and return true, indicating that the request is allowed. However, if the number of requests in our queue is already equal to max requests, it means we've reached our limit within the current time window. In this case, we simply return false, indicating that the request should be blocked. Alright, so that's the rate limiter class in action. Now the second part of the code is about creating a simple graphical user interface using tkinter to demonstrate how this rate limiter works. We'll use tkinter to simulate requests. A button triggers a request, and a label shows if it's allowed or blocked. We first initialize our rate limiter with max requests equals 5 and window seconds equals 10. This means our demo will allow up to 5 simulated API requests every 10 seconds. Then, we set up the basic tkinter window with a title and a size. We create a label called status label, which will display messages to the user, like whether a request was allowed or blocked. We also initialize a request count variable to keep track of the number of allowed requests. The interesting part here is the makeRequest function. This function is what gets called when you click the makeRequest button in the GUI. Inside this function, we first call our allow_request method. If it returns true, it means the rate limiter allowed the request. In this case, we increment our request count and update the status label to show a success message in green, along with the current request count. If allow_request returns false, it means we've hit the rate limit. So we update the status label to display a request blocked message in red. Finally, we create a button labeled makeRequest and associate it with the makeRequest function using the command argument. This means that every time you click this button, the makeRequest function will be executed. And lastly, root.mainLoop starts the tkinter event loop, which keeps the window running and responsive to user interactions like button clicks. Let's run it. Here's the window. Click Make Request. First click, Request 1 allowed. Second, third, fourth, fifth, all green. Sixth, click within 10 seconds. Request blocked, limit reached, in red. Wait a few seconds, click again, back to green as old requests expire. This is a sliding window in action, perfect for APIs or game servers. There it is, a rate limiter from scratch with a live demo. This powers API security, prevents spam, and scales systems, huge in tech. Try tweaking the limit or window, or add a reset button. Drop your creativity in the comments below. See you in the next one. Keep coding.